During a job interview, you might be asked, describe to us a situation where you were faced with a difficult situation at work. How did you cope with it? What do they actually want to know? They don't want to know the details about the situation itself. They want to know how you reacted. How do you deal with stress? Do you panic easily? If you're stressed out, how do you react? How does it impact your performance and the other team members, if there were other team members involved? Are you able to ask other people for help? Are you able to delegate? Are you able to hold everybody together when everybody's losing their head? These examples can come from all areas of life. Even if you don't have any work experience as a student, a difficult situation could be something like a family crisis, having to work a job during your studies. Anything of interest, anything of your voluntary involvement outside of school, outside of university. Your job during this job interview is to make sure that you put yourself in the best light as possible. Tell the interviewer that you're able to deal with stress, that you're able to delegate, that you're able to ask for help, that you're able to work well in your team. The outcome of this crisis is not important. You can say, we worked like this and that happened, and at the end we didn't get it done, or something went wrong and we failed, we didn't get as good a grade as possible because of certain things. As long as you add that you learned something from it. Companies are great on learning. They want to see that people are able to develop. They don't want people who have their blinders on, who always have one way of dealing with things. They want people who are able to be flexible, adaptable, able to deal with challenge and crisis. And all these examples can come from, again, all walks of life. Make sure that you don't just talk about yourself, also talk about the other people who were involved. How did you interact with them? Did you support them? Did you ask them for help? Which is fine. It is absolutely acceptable and actually wanted by companies that you're able to ask other people for support. Just make sure that the outcome is that you learn something useful that you can use in other situations. Because what companies are looking for are transferable skills. And it could be something like dealing with having to do a second job to finance your studies. Extra workload, you had to deal with it, you did a great job, and you can translate those experiences to a work experience, and the interviewer will be able to see that. Don't build yourself up too much. It's not just about you. If other people are involved, make sure that their contributions are noted. Because nobody wants a solo fighter. Everybody wants somebody who's able to work in a team. Think about some examples in your life where you could say, this is how I overcame adversity. This was a challenge that totally took me by surprise, and I dealt with it. These are some difficult communications I had to make. These are some difficult people I had to deal with. Think about all these situations, think about real-life examples, and make sure that you present them in a way that makes you look good, that shows your adaptability, your flexibility, your resilience, and shows that you've learned something from the experiences.